What's up, guys? I hope you're doing really well. My name is Mr. VTech, and today I'm coming back with a new video um, based on my experience being a teacher for the past year. Okay, what I've learned, my raw truth, I would say, because I'll be bringing a lot of unseasoned experience. All right, so I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything right now. Okay, I'm gonna tell you exactly, I'm gonna tell you nice and straight exactly what being a teacher is like 1 year down the line. All right, so the thing is, I really wanted to talk about expectations and reality, okay? Because that is one of the biggest things that teachers overlook, especially when they come into profession. What personally me, when I came in, or before I even applied for a PGCE, all I wanted to do is just teach. All I wanted to make sure that every lesson that I taught had a clear goal, had a clear objective, and that I inspired, I influenced every single student that came into my lesson. And then when they left my lesson, they definitely learned something. I wanted to make sure that I was the key aspect in the student's life, that they always looked up for me for inspiration, that they always looked up for me for kind of guidance and influence, especially like for an example, the kids that were in my form, or the ones that I taught. The reality is quite different than what you expect. Not every student comes into your lesson and learns something. Not every student wants to learn something. Not every student comes into the lesson and they just decide that they want to behave. Not every student looks up to you, all right? And not every student likes you. And that's the raw truth, is that you have to understand that when you come into teaching, it's not really about I'm going to be liked by everybody. It's not the case. Okay, some students would like you.
That's real funny. Let me give you a hand.
And they think you're the best teacher ever. And other students, they necessarily just they wouldn't like you, but they also wouldn't like majority of the other teachers as well. Don't think that you're gonna come into school and suddenly change everything and impact the student's life in a crazy, which does happen. Don't get me wrong, it does really happen, but it's not gonna happen on the level that you are expecting. And that's the thing that you guys just have to deal with, have to understand, is that no matter what I do, you can always, it's easy to kind of self-reflect and blame yourself, but no matter what you do, there will always be students who are not necessarily there to learn. They don't want to do that. And some teachers would definitely argue. I can already see that a bunch of you're like,
You're probably wrong.
unfortunately, I don't consider myself wrong, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of teachers will come to realize that as well. What teachers expect and the reality is quite different, and it's okay. It's definitely okay. So the biggest challenge for me, I think, was the admin. Some people would think that all they have to worry about is just teaching. They have to prepare some resources and just teach, which unfortunately that's not the thing that worries me, or that's not the priority that is in my head constantly, which should be technically, but some other things overshadow the teaching aspect of being a teacher or within that career. And those are the things, is that admin. There's a plenty of other things that is on top of the teacher's mind, rather than just specifically teaching and being within that class. But in reality, there is a lot of things that is on top of the teacher's mind. They have to worry about detentions. They have to worry about behavior management. They have to worry about reports that they set. They have to worry about pastoral meetings. They have to worry about trainings. They have to worry about parents' evening. They have to worry about meetings with other teachers. They have to worry about department meetings. They have to worry about setting homeworks, delivering homeworks. They have to worry about um, tests, exams, doing grade capture, a range of different things. There's so much things that a teacher needs to do. If you break down the things that you need to do, teaching is about 30% of all the things that you need to do. And that's one of the biggest things, that I thought I'll be doing 95% teaching and 5% admin, but unfortunately that's not what happens. And I'm just here to just prepare you guys, all right? So this is the raw truth. You're not going to be worrying about teaching all the time. Most of the time it's going to be admin work. Most of the time is marking books. By the way, I didn't mention, yeah, marking books is one of the biggest things. What surprised me about teaching is the behavior management. Okay, this is one of the biggest things that I will mention today, is the behavior management aspect. Now, you don't really necessarily just teach within lesson. Within that, there is a bunch of behavior management that you always have to be on top of, and you have to control. And that's one of the biggest things that really kind of squeezes the life out teachers, is behavior management. There's no, schools are not forgiving. Working in a state school is not forgiving at all. You either have to be, you either have to be really pro at behavior management, or the kids are just going to swallow you. The kids are just going to destroy you. In order for you guys to teach effectively, behavior management has to be within that lesson. And that's one of the biggest things that actually hit you, because you think, well, yeah, I'm just going to give the tensions there and here, but it's much more broad than that. It's much more bigger than that. So this is one of the biggest things, is that if you're coming into teaching, I'm asking you guys, make sure that you dedicate some time to getting better at behavior management, because it's not one of the things that would just naturally come, to any teacher. You have to pick it up by yourself. You have to focus on it in order to be better at it. Even me, I would consider myself quite good at behavior management, but sometimes the things that I face is crazy. It is mind blowing. The things that you as a teacher have to deal with, like kids saying just to your face, and you might think this is nothing. Actually, I've been worse, but like for a new teacher, that is something. When a kid says, "I don't like you," right? You don't want to hear that some student just doesn't like you. And that's the thing that you guys need to face, right? No matter who it is, you're not going to please every single kid. They're just going to, out of nowhere, they're going to surprise you with what they're going to say. Despite that, focus on behavior management, because if you get that in straight in line, everything else kind of falls naturally in it. Despite that, there is positive things that come from it, 100%. And one of the things that really going to surprise you is the amount of kids that would actually say, hey, Mr. Volodin, you are a really good teacher.
Awkward.
You did this and that, and you kind of inspire me. There would be kids that would actually say that, and they would say, I love coming to this lesson. They would compliment you. They would say really nice stuff to you. They would definitely express how influenced they are, or how inspired they are by your lessons. And that is one of the things that definitely will surprise you. So the question is, do I still want to teach? And it's a complicated question, but the simple answer for that is yes, I still want to teach. I'm definitely looking forward to next year and the year after that. But I came to understanding that I'm not a perfect teacher. Sometimes you might leave the classroom and you will think that, hey, I don't think I taught anything. There was no point of today's lesson. All I did was babysit. All I did was behavior management. This is the natural part of teaching. It's just stuff that you have to kind of get over with. The thing is, guys, is that I came to understand that I'm not the best teacher and I'm not perfect teacher. And that's fine. There's no such thing as a perfect teacher. There's always ways that you can improve. There's always things that when you reflect, you're like, you know what, I should have done this and that. But that is one of the biggest good things, is that the quicker you realize that teaching is not about being a perfect teacher. Teaching is about being reflective. It's about understanding that, hey, I could have done something like this slightly differently. Teaching is about constant improvement. It's not about that if one lesson went horribly bad, it's fine. As long as you just pick yourself up and you know what, I'm going to make sure that next lesson will be a very good lesson. That's when things are going to change. That's when, you know what, you're going to realize it's okay. 1 day, 2 days, whatever it is, those lessons, they will happen no matter what. But it's up to you to make sure that you pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you just reflect over what happened, and you just adjust. You just make things different. You just make things work. And that's what being a teacher is about. It's not about being perfect, but the positive things, I think it will overshadow the negative things. Guys, by the way, if you're still here, I thank you so much. If you can click like and subscribe to my channel, that would be just amazing. I'm trying to reach 10 subscribers. Can you imagine? 10 subscribers. This is my goal, and it's actually a serious goal. So if you could help me out, that would be amazing. Okay, I'm a very small channel at the moment, and I just want to make sure I'm growing, and I've got a lot of aspirations, I would say, for this channel. I appreciate you and your time that you devoted to watching this video. Stay positive. Peace out.